that we can see everything. Good morning. How is everyone doing? I'm over here putting away some things. Today is our last day of school. So yes, last day of school, and I am getting ready, you know, just kind of getting ready for the day. How's everyone? Well, we don't even have anyone on yet. So how's everyone doing when you come on? You can tell me in comments if you're watching this on replay, how are you doing? I am going to be working on this, which is Dino Rock's Quilt Kit. This was sent to me by Carmen's Quilt Shop. It has a retail price of $99.99. But in my description below, I have a coupon for your entire purchase, and you just have to hit the link. I am not an affiliate, but if you let her know that the Pastry Queen sent you, I'd appreciate it. Good morning, Barb. So I did iron all, if you see here, I ironed all the stuff that I need, and what I'm looking for is my rotary cutter. Here's my rotary cutter. All right, I've got my rotary cutter. We're ready to cut. So let me see. I have this, like I said, I pulled that out, ironed that. She gives you a bag. And oh, this is the Quillo situation. This is the Quillo situation. I got to remember that. I got to tell you, it's been years and years since I did the Quillo situation. Okay, so this is by Phoebe Moon. And the blog is called scrapdash.com. And this is phoebemoon.com. And again, this came from Carmen. So it gives you the picture here and the requirements here. They're all QT fabrics. The panel is called Dino Roar's Dinosaur Picture Patches Panel. Then you have dinosaurs, medallions, dinosaur heads on blue, dinosaur heads on yellow, foliage texture on gray, dinosaur toss on gray, and foliage texture on evergreen. And then it says that you need 3 3/4 yards for backing. Good morning, Barb, Jessica, Joydy, and Teresa. And so I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to see what's going on. Oh, here is how to make a Quillo. So in deep detail on how to make a Quillo. So we've got that. And we have the assembly, making the rows. And here we go, cutting instructions. It says, read over this pattern before you start to sew. Yeah, okay, because I do that. All right, maybe, yes, you never know. I peruse, okay? I peruse. So I'm going to peruse the cutting instructions. I am going to see, though, how they're constructing it, because I might not use their cutting instructions. We'll see. So I am looking here on what they're doing. So I totally get what they're doing. Okay. So this is going to go by real quick. I actually thought this was a lot of piecing. It actually is not. So, what I don't know, they have a whole lot of pictures. What I'm trying to figure out here is how they did this part here. So probably should, this never goes well when I just kind of look at this. Well, you know what? It looks like we're just going to cut this just as directed, because there's nothing that looks super crazy complicated to me. So I don't see anything that I could do to make this any easier than the way they are doing it. You know? All right, so here we go. So how's everyone doing this morning? Good morning, Melanie. How are we doing? Are we feeling good? I have the green, so here is the green, the foliage green. Foliage texture on evergreen. So I'm going to take this foliage texture on evergreen, and let's see. Oh, this is for binding. So we're just going to set this aside, okay? We're setting that aside because, you know, my binding may be different. You know that. All right, so let's go with dinosaur picture. That's all the way at the bottom. Here, what is this? This is foliage texture on gray. Here we are. Foliage texture on gray. Good morning, Muriel. Good morning, Dawn. We'll grab this. And we'll do foliage texture on gray. And what are we going to do here? We need... Okay. So I am going to go ahead and trim this. Look at this. This is pretty well straight. So I'm going to trim that up a little bit. And then we are going to take another ruler here. And this needs a certain measurement that I can't tell you. Sorry, folks. All right. So I'm going to put this ruler down. And hopefully... Oh, I want to do it here because honestly, I want to make sure this is parallel. Yes, so that this and this. And then I'm going to stick this right here. And make sure that this is straight. Everything is looking straight. And then I have to cut wonky because I have to cut on this side, which is never a great thing. You know what? I'm going to reposition myself because I'm so afraid that I'm going to cut this wrong. So let's not take any. Here we are. Let's see. Will this give me the same here? I'm going to come over here and do this here. And again, I'm going to come down here. Move you. Good morning, Deb. I'm going to come down here and put this on the side here to make sure everything is parallel and that I get the size I need. I'm going to look at this again because now I've been cutting things really wrong lately, so I want to make sure that I am doing the right thing here. See, I'm not doing the right thing here. This is foliage texture on gray. There's two grays. Okay, so you see I'm almost doing the wrong thing. Maybe let's take a piece of this. Okay, so I almost cut the wrong thing, and that's why I'm looking. I'm going to put this here, right here. This way I see. So there's two grays in this. We're going to go back to doing what I was doing. And we will figure this out. Good morning, Myra. We're moving us back over here. And this is just regular sizes. So foliage texture on gray is this. And I need this certain measurement. Here we are. I need this certain measurement. Let's see. And how many strips do I need? I need 4. No, I need 3. And I'm coming back. I'm coming back. There it is. I was looking for a game real quick. And so we're going to play a little bit of doctoring while I do this. Ready? You have 4. You have 4 of them. I just read. Okay. How to relieve lower backaches. A, stay in bed and off your feet for at least 4 hours. B, add shock absorbing inserts to your shoes. Or C, avoid aerobic exercise. How we doing this? Oh, I need to put on my glasses. That's why I'm having a hard time. I'm like, what is up with my... We went to a graduation last night, and it was absolutely freezing cold. Like, freezing cold. I did not enjoy myself. And then it was raining and not that great. 3 miniature schnauzers and a Maltipoo. I was yakking about my kids. What was the question? Oh, the question was how to relieve lower back aches. Ready? A, stay in bed and off your feet for at least 4 hours. B, add shock absorbing inserts to your shoes. Or C, avoid aerobic activity. I mean, I just quilt, so just saying. Okay, so now this is all I need for the quilt. The rest of this is for border, so we're just going to put that aside too. Because I always do my own thing for a border, so we're just going to move that to side. And I'm going to take my stuff here and start. Here we are, and let's see, what should I use today? Let's go with this one. So we have a lot of bees, all 3. I kind of like the bed one, but that's just because I'm lazy. Missed the question, Linda. Okay, how to relieve lower back aches. Stay in bed and off your feet at least 4 hours. B, add shock absorbing inserts to your shoes. Or C, avoid aerobic exercise. I have 6. And then I have this little piece. All 3. So the answer is B. B is the answer. Add shock absorbing inserts to your shoes. And I did read that right, yes. At first I thought it said a different number. Okay, so we have that. That can go in my little bag here. So I have these, and this is not assigned a number. So we're just going to put those aside and call it a day. All right, ready? How to use a life raft. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Let's see. We'll leave that for an adventure. How about that? We'll leave that for an adventure, how to use a life raft. Let's see. Okay, here we go. How to open a stuck jar lid. How to open a stuck jar lid. And none of the things that I do that I was taught is even on here. So I can't wait to see what you all come up with. Because, let's see. This is what they say. How to open a stuck jar lid. Jar lid. A, bang the edge of the lid several times with the handle of a butter knife using glancing blows, and twist open. B, place under a cold water tap, microwave for 5 seconds and twist open. C, place jar in boiling water, let cool and twist open. So I don't do that. I was taught, believe it or not, to hit the bottom a couple times and try it. And if you don't get it, hit at the bottom a couple times and get a rubber glove, you know, your dish gloves, and open it that way. That's what, I guess, that would be D for me. But if you have a different D of how you use it, go let us know. So this is the gray that I almost cut before. I mean, this was the gray that I needed that other measurement before. So we're going to take this gray. This is the gray with the dinos. And that one is what I need here. Let's see, what do we have here? I've done A and B. Good morning, Aisha. I have placed a knife under the cap and twist. Works every time. I've done that too, Joydy. Good one. Pops the lid. You know what I could do? No, I'm going to mess it up if I do it that way. I know myself. I already know that I'll mess it up. So I'm going to bring this over here and see if I can do it. Good morning, A is incognito. All right. Now let's find the measurements I need, but I'm going to come up here this time. And where the fold is where I am trying to do a perpendicular situation so that I know that everything is straight. Double check the measurement because the measurement is really strange. And then I'm going to come in here and make sure that line. So let me see if I could show you down here. What I am doing is I look at this line and make sure that it's perpendicular here and here. And then I make sure when I put this down that this is straight and this is straight. And then I'll pull this out and cut and hope that I got the right measurement, which I did. And I am going to do this again. So I'm going to bring this up here. Make sure all that's perpendicular. I bring this here to make sure that this is perpendicular here with the right measurement. Make sure that's good. Pull this away. And then cut. And this is a little bit left over. So we're going to stick this in the bag. And then we're going to come here and let's see with our jar lid. Hi, y'all. Okay. Lakshaya, good morning. I hope I said that right. If not, I apologize. Linda runs it under warm water and uses a rubber glove. My husband does D, hits the bottom. It damages your lip top. No, I do a lot of canning. Me, I slide the butter knife under the lid and twist. All right, so they say that A, bang the edge of the lid several times with the handle of a butter knife using glancing blows and twist open. So I've seen people do that and it freaks me out because I feel like there's going to be like glass or you break it or something's going to happen. Oh, good morning, Poopy Pies. Poopy Pies is fine. Just to let you know, they have been on here quite often. We have been dealing with some trollers, so I'm calling, well, you know the drill. It always happens here on this show. Okay, so now I have this and I am going to, I'm going to cut this first before I read my next question so I do not get myself all disoriented. Okay, and then I'm going to pull one of these off because I don't need all that. That's scrap. About ready. Did I cut this wrong? Nope, but I almost cut this one wrong because it's an odd measurement. All right, so we have these pieces. They can go in the bag for later on with all that. So now we have these pieces. Finally got my sewing room set up and organized after my move, but it is so dang hot, I don't want to sew. I know it's warm, but it's cold here. Last night it was freezing last night. My honey actually plugged in the electric blanket. we need the electric blanket to go to sleep last night. Oh, yeah. So, okay, I just didn't want it to get too. So I have that. So let's go to the next one. The next one that I have is this here, but I have a feeling this is borders. So this is not a dino head. Dino trucks, dino, what is this? Dinosaur medallions on blue. Yeah, this is for the outer border. So we'll just wait on this. Yes, it was freezing last night. I'm in PA, so it's heat wave days. Not last night, it wasn't. It was freezing last night. So here we have our dino heads. And so we're going to go to the dino head situation here. Oh, okay. And the dino head situation is the same measurement. So I'm going to take them both. And I am going, yeah, it's crazy weather. I have my window closed because I came into the sewing room because I forgot to close my window. And it was freezing, very cold. I think today's high is going to be 63 after we just had 104. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so these I am going to cut, and another wonky measurement. Here we are. And we are going to go for it. Let me make sure that I'm doing this right. Yep. So tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow I am going to be on, this is the scrap. I'm going to be on the Guy Who Sews channel at 7. So I just want to remind you all, I have not gotten a link, so I haven't been able to. Wow, high here is 94.73. Oh yeah, we definitely don't have that. So I'm going to take these two here. You know what? No, I'm going to take the blues and then the yellow. So this is the Dino Tracks. And put these on top. Move this whole pile over. And then we're going to cut. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut these separate because I feel like I don't know how many I'm going to get in one strip. So here we are. And we need yeah, I feel like I'm not even going to cut this one because I'm not sure why we cut all that. Well, they probably know why we cut all that. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So I need just one out of this. and then the rest is scrap. So we have these. Now we've cut these right here. All right, so we did the jar lid, right? Now here we are. We are still in the kitchen, and after we got that freaking jar open, we're gonna smear that jelly we just opened onto stale bread, because that's all we got. We just got a loaf of stale bread. And now we need to refresh this stale bread. So how are we gonna refresh this stale bread? You let me know. A, zap it in the microwave with a cup of water for 30 seconds. B, put it in the freezer overnight and defrost at room temperature. Or C, seal it in a damp paper bag and place it in a 325-degree oven until refreshed. I'm throwing rulers. Just throwing them. I don't need that. My honey's up downstairs. You hear him making all that racket? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so we have these. These are all done. Good morning, Michelle. We just toast it. You don't know the difference. That's what I do. That's D. That's what I do. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. I just toast it. You know, it's all good. My grandmother in Puerto Rico, she just slaps some butter on it, and then she puts it in the frying pan, and she kind of just lets it toast in the frying pan on both sides. It's all good. But those were no choices I had. Make breadcrumbs. There you go. All right, so I cut I didn't cut the panel. Hello. The most important part. Okay, now I'm gonna unveil something. And it is my Creative Notions box. Not quite finished with it yet. And it is different than the directions and the layout. So you'll have to watch that video, which I may upload tomorrow. So you're getting a sneak peek. All right. There's your sneak peek. Good point, Myra. I'm glad you announced tomorrow. He's usually on 8. I'll be watching you. 2 of my faves. Thank you. All right, so we have this panel, but we are not cutting it individually. And so this is where I need to read and acquaint myself, because we are fussy cutting this panel into 6 sections with 4 dino blocks. Ooh, and it's tight. Yeah, it's tight. So, does she give us any tidbits on how to do this? Oh, okay. So she says it'll be about 1/4 inch from the borders of the small blocks. About. I don't even have a ruler. Oh, yes, I do. I have a square. Let's see. Here we go. This big square. I never use this sucker. Well, we're going to be inappropriate right now. Inappropriate, right? Hi, Zaza. We're going to, that's because I read inappropriate. We are going to be inventive right now. Good morning, Sherry. So, yeah. So, again, we are learning how to refresh stale bread. A, zap it in the microwave with a cup of water for 30 seconds. B, put it in the freezer overnight and defrost at room temperature. Or C, seal it in a damp paper bag and place it in the oven until refreshed at 325. Grandma, she just always toasted it and roasted it. So, yeah. What's your favorite way? So it says it should be around about 1/4 of an inch past the lines. But I can tell you that is not so, because it is not, because that's not true. I have, not really. So basically, we're going to fudge it, because it's just not, you know, every panel is not the same. We all know this. This is the situation with panels. So what I'm going to do is, what can I do? I don't know what I can do. I'm going to block this out. And all I have, I can't seem to find my masking tape. So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna use this big tape, which is way too big for this. It's not even gonna work on this ruler. So that's not gonna work. Let's see, I have to check one place to see if I have masking tape there. I could have sworn I had masking tape. Why can't I find? I'm gonna take one more little look see over here. Okay, I can't seem to find, I got this roll from someone. One of you all sent me this. I apologize, I don't recall who. And this is like got measurements on it. And we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Here we go. Good morning, Catherine. Donnell. Donnell's working early again. Linda's here. I think we knew that. All right, so the answer to the whole stale bread situation, I'm going to put this around about where the line needs to be, not necessarily where the line needs to be. Because I'm going to have to fussy cut this on my own. There we are. And so I'm just going to center it the best I can with what I got. And that's all we can do at this point. You know, I think that's why panels deter people, because, you know, you got to fudge things. And hopefully it's not going to come out too off. Oh, look at that. All right, so we have our first cut, and I hope it's okay. We'll bring this down there. And then we'll go around. Good morning, Leanna and chatters. Yes. So the answer is C. Seal it in a damp paper bag and place it in the oven until it is refreshed. That's what they say. Okay, here we go. See all these? See all these things I got all over me? Yeah, okay. That's telling me I'm getting old, right? Okay, how to make those age spots fade. Oh, I need to know this, actually. I really need to know this. Oh, we'll be doing this tomorrow, maybe. Good morning, Quilt Wench. Okay, how to make age spots. Yeah. Fade. A, rub red onion on them. B, put tea bags on them twice daily for 20 minutes. C, put cucumber slices on them for 15 minutes each morning. What are we doing? And let me tell you, one of those is happening. I'll be slathering all that all over me. Because there's a lot of age spots. I mean, I got them here, here, here. I got them places you don't even want to know I got them. I'm going to have to be that. I didn't know the answer. So I'm going to have to test out that right answer. Why not smear yourself with salad dressing? I haven't heard of any of these either. So, does that work, salad dressing? Now you got me thinking, does salad dressing work? All right, so I have the size I need. But it's not a 1/4 inch away from it all. Here is one. Dawn. I miss Dawn, right? Oh, I thought oh yeah, there she is. I don't want to smell like an onion. So wait. Okay, so we were smearing ourselves, possibly, Myra said, with salad dressing, which is not on there. That would be her D. Haven't heard C. What else? We are smearing ourselves with what? Good morning, Anna. I don't want to smell like an onion. I just wear mine proudly. I earned them. That's true. Why are we smearing ourselves? Good morning, Row Rebel. Rebel Row. Okay. So this is the deal. I'm going to have to, good morning. Yeah, we're just not even going to go there. So we're going to smear ourselves with red onion. So maybe I'll put red onion on there for the week and see if it works. Maybe I'll have to test drive that. Maybe test drive it. Good morning, Joe. So yeah, so if you missed it, how to make age spots fade is you rub raw red onion on them. So not the leftovers from sausage and peppers, like raw red onions. I wonder if that works. Okay. Well, now we know how to get rid of those. Now how to deal with a pimple. Ready? How to deal with a pimple. A, rub white out on the affected area and let it sit overnight. B, wash with mild soap and rub the afflicted area with fluoride toothpaste and let it sit overnight. C, wash it with cold water, then dab it with pickle juice and let it sit overnight. So these are our choices. For this zit that we got on us, we're either going to put A, white out, B, fluoride toothpaste, or C, pickle juice. These are some wild, wild things right now. Welcome to the skincare portion of this show. Yeah, we've got we're all over the place. So, ready? It is, are we ready to find out the answer? So while we're putting raw red onions on our spots, on our pimples, we are going to be using fluoride toothpaste. Fluoride toothpaste. So I did not know that, and I'm gonna have to try that. Fluoride toothpaste. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's different. I did not know that. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. How to deal with an overbearing mother-in-law at your wedding. Yeah, how did we, or I guess, or how should have we dealt with an overbearing mother-in-law at your wedding? A, do everything she asks. This will pay off down the line. In marriage, always look to the long term. B, say yes, but mean no. If she asks what happened later, you say you and your spouse discussed it further and you hope she understands. C, say no and stand your ground. You must plant your flag sometime, and now is better than later. I can cut my onions. You would think my hands would be clear. Not true. Someone said elope. Yeah, we've got a lot of craziness going on this morning. And good morning, Andrea. If I didn't say, I don't remember if I told you good morning. We're learning a lot this morning. That is, I gotta be there, and that's there. So, and this has to just go a smidge up. Okay. This is going to take my whole entire time. The cutting of the actual panel. It's a super cute panel. I mean, it is adorable. But man, okay, so that goes there. And that goes there. I'm gonna have to kind of cut this because I put too much on that end. So we're gonna come here and I'm gonna take this. These two ends are good. This has to be recut on this side with this. There we are. And move this over. No, it's still, I got it. Let's see. Put your foot down from the beginning, or she will try to control your marriage. I wouldn't do C. Where were we? B is the easiest. Wait till you get the share of the money and then do what you want. So the answer is B. Say yes, but mean no. And if she asks what happened later, say that you and your spouse discussed it further and you hope she understands. Okay. Now you're married. Okay. Now you're married. And your honey asks you to shave the back of his neck in a straight line. How to shave the back of your neck in a straight line. A, tie a shoelace around your neck or use painter's tape. Shave beneath the line. B, shave only with horizontal strokes using your earlobes as a guide. Or C, take an electric shaver and shave down to your shirt collar as a guide. No. Please give Leanna the thumbs up. 39 watching and 20 click. Well, thank you. We have A and C. A and C. I'm going to take this. You know what? I'm going to go in between these so I have a smaller thing to work with because pretty sure I'm good if I just kind of chop a lob somewhere between all this. Because I'm thinking it'll be easier in the long run to mess with this panel. All right, we're going to work with a smaller panel while I read these. Let him go to the barber. I'm with you. Wax it. Then he'll ask you. Then he'll never ask you again. Yep, like that. Barber is the best. So the answer to that is A, tie a shoelace around your neck or his neck, or use painter's tape, and then shave shave beneath the line. There we go. That's how you would deal with that. I did these. Okay. How to remove gum from your boot. How to remove gum from your boot. A, place the boot in your freezer overnight, then smack the sole on the pavement. The gum should shatter. B, pour lighter fluid over the spot and light it, and the gum should melt off. C, dip a cotton swab in gasoline or paint thinner and rub on the gummy spot. Peanut butter works great, someone said, so that might be D. Ice cube or Goo Gone. My husband wouldn't let me around anything around his neck. Oh, ice and help get it out of your hair too. That's what I thought. I thought it was ice. I shaved my husband's whole head. Ice cube, no shoes in the freezer, and I'm not looking to start a fire. B and C sounds a little dangerous to me. Well, yeah, I would think B would put your shoe on fire. So you got the gum off, but now you've lit your shoe on fire. So I don't know. I'd rather have the gum on my boot at that point. Just saying. I mean, this is all crazy. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, Callan. Mineral oil dissolves it too. So the answer is C. Dip cotton swab in gasoline or paint thinner and rub on the gummy spot. Oh, here we go. Ready? You ready for this one? Backstory. Let's give some backstory on this. Let's make this a little comical. The milkman comes to the house. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's extra dinos. I got extra dinos. Uh-oh. Let me see what dinos I want to use now. I did not know I had extra dinos. Okay. This dino is so cute too. This is going to be hard. Why did they do this to me? There's extra dinos. There is a cute little dino in the corner. Now let me look. There's a cute little dino in the corner. Let's see if we got him. Because if not, now I have to figure out how I want to cut this. Yes. We don't have that cute little dino in the corner. Okay, so I need that cute little dino. I need that blue dino because he's super cute too. So I need this as my 4. And then we'll figure out on these which my 4 is going to be. Look at this cute. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I need this panel and this panel. Oh, this is stinking cute. Let's see if this panel, do I need this panel or this one up here? I'm going to actually just use these 3 across because, I mean, these are cute, but these are cuter. Let's see. Yes, I have to give you, thank you. So we had the milkman. They came, they delivered some milk, and you know, it's on the joke of the milkman, right? And well, we don't have a milkman anymore. Okay, the cable guy came over to fix our internet. And I don't know what happened, but he dropped. Yeah, he passed out. I'm checking his pulse, and it's not looking too good. Call 911. And they tell me that I got to perform CPR until they get here. Yup. And here we are. How long to perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on him? A, stop if the victim has not recovered in 30 minutes. B, stop when the victim seems to be enjoying it. C, stop if the victim has not recovered in 4 or more hours. And I know when we do CPR now, we don't even do that anymore. Now it's all about the chest compressions, but yeah. That guy croaked in my living room. Sure it wasn't a shoestring around his neck. On a stranger. Oh my goodness. Oh. D, step. Yes, stop when the professionals get there. That's what I think the answer is too. So I'm going to be trying to cut these apart again because it kind of worked out really good last time. All of the above. Hi, Giovanna. Love the quilts on your frame. When did you make that one? Well, there'll be some more about that coming up soon, Regina. There'll be more about that either tomorrow or Sunday. There will be a video all about that. I gave you a little preview. Say 30 minutes, they are brain dead. Okay, so we have this. This is extra. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra panels. That's a whole quilt right there. This is a whole quilt, 6 panels. We could make this into something for a baby. Just saying. Okay. I'm supposed to be going to work because today's the last day, but we're going to finish this resuscitation situation. Because I think, you know, my adventures always are quite crazy. Apparently so is my life when I got a cable man, an internet guy passed out on my floor. But did I tell you he was hot? Yeah, he's hot. Until you can no longer do it and relieved by another. So the answer is, and I agree with Donnell, D, because that's what they tell us in CPR class. You go, you take turns, wait until the professionals, and then you stop. Yeah, exactly. So it is, ready? C, stop if the victim has not recovered in 4 or 5 or 4 or more hours. That's a long time. That's a long time. But yeah, that's the answer according to them, not according to if you take training. I'm not going to say that that's necessarily the right answer. But, okay. So I'm doing my best because all of these 4 are in a wonky situation here. But we're going to go for it. Any other thoughts about this? Let's see. Good morning, Sharon. Or those used to be the procedures, ex-EMT here. Yep, yes, you're right. You didn't tell us he was hot. Then it is worth it for the 4 hours. Well, you know, I forgot. Oh boy. Yeah, we got all kinds of craziness happening here. Would they still be alive after 4 hours? Not sure. Did you save the cable man's life? Good morning, Jean. I hope we did. Yes, we did. Yeah, we saved his life. And because we saved his life, we got free internet for the year. No. Yeah. All right. And with that said, everyone, it is 7:59. I do need to wrap it up here. I will be working on this. If you are interested in this kit or anything, Carmen's Quilt Shop's not promo code, the coupon code I have in the description. It expires on the 28th. So you have to the 28th. I think it's 20% off, but honestly, I don't think she put that in my email. But let her know I sent you because someone told me they let her know and they got a even better deal. So I don't know about that. But that's what someone told me. So yeah, so if you're interested, it's in there, but it's on everything. It's not only on this. She just sent this for me to, to pass forward to someone else. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you wouldn't mind on your way out, clicking the thumbs up button, I would also appreciate it. So I will see you tomorrow on Sean's channel at 7 a.m. And I will not see you on Sunday. So take care. Bye-bye.